Boom. Introduce yourselves.
Say hello.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Nicole.
I'm Jared.
And hi.
Okay. Every year, millions of men, women, and children are trafficked worldwide, including right here in the United States. It can happen in any community, and victims can be any age, race, gender, or nationality. Traffickers might use violence, manipulation, or false promises of well-paying jobs or romantic relationships to lure victims into trafficking situations. Human trafficking has been reported in all 50 states, with particularly high rates in California, Texas, Florida, and New York. The U.S. is considered one of the top destinations for human trafficking victims worldwide. Human trafficking is an issue that's been plaguing our world for generations, and it's only getting worse. Today I'll talk about what human trafficking is, what we're doing about it, and what else can be done. First, let me explain what human trafficking is. Human trafficking is a business. It operates on principles of supply and demand. The demand for commercial sex and cheap labor puts children throughout the world at risk of becoming the supply. According to Fortune magazine, April 14, 2019, human trafficking is estimated to bring in global profits of about $150 billion a year, $99 billion from sexual exploitation, according to the International Labor Organization. Nearly 9,000 cases in the U.S. were reported to the National Human Trafficking Hotline in 2017, which was a 13% increase from the prior year. While the media portrays traffickers as organized criminal syndicates or underground black marketeers who exploit undocumented workers, today's traffickers can also be licensed labor recruiters, those who solicit workers for jobs in other cities or countries, employers, or even government officials. Trafficking for labor exploitation occurs within the legal framework of employment and business and through documented visa programs. Human trafficking is not just sex trafficking. According to the 2018 Federal Human Trafficking Report, globally, an estimated 71% of enslaved people are women and girls, but men and boys account for 29%. It's estimated that 50,000 people are trafficked into the U.S. each year, most often from Mexico or the Philippines. While there are an estimated 325,000 children at risk for sexual exploitation each year, there's been a rise in other types of human trafficking as well. 68% of trafficking victims globally are forced labor and exploited in agriculture, construction, domestic work, and more. Domestic workers are forced to perform duties such as cleaning, cooking, and childcare in their captors' homes. In the agriculture sector, the most common victims of trafficking are U.S. citizens and legal permanent residents, undocumented immigrants, and foreign nationals with temporary H-2A visas. Now let's talk about two solutions. First, we need to be aware of where our goods come from. We inadvertently buy and use products all the time that could have been manufactured by monitored slaves. The coffee, wine, tea we drink, the food we eat, the cotton we wear, even the bricks in our buildings may all be products that are harvested or produced by victims of trafficking. According to a CNN Business article, March 13, 2019, quote, the U.S. Department of Labor lists 148 goods made in 76 countries that are at significant risk of being made with child labor, including tobacco and cotton. By practicing conscious consumerism and tweaking what we buy and who we buy from, we may make a tangible impact on manufacturers everywhere. Another solution is to be vigilant and raise awareness. In our everyday lives, we can take action to prevent human trafficking. We must learn how to identify indicators of human trafficking and assist these victims. Some red flags include appearing malnourished, showing signs of physical injuries and abuse, avoiding eye contact, social interaction, and law enforcement, adhering to scripted or rehearsed responses in social interaction, and appearing destitute or lacking personal possessions. We can raise awareness by volunteering and supporting anti-trafficking efforts in our communities and meeting with local, state, and federal government representatives to let them know we care about human trafficking and ask what they're doing to address it. let's talk about the future. So, technology is at the center of this problem for the better and the worse. The advancement of technology has had an important impact on crime and trafficking. Recruitment of victims takes place through fake social media accounts and fake profiles on applications. Perpetrators use their contacts to communicate through encrypted applications or use dark webs to connect. Additionally, cryptocurrency allows traffickers to conduct financial transactions and move criminal proceeds anonymously. While technology is commonly misused to facilitate trafficking in individuals, its positive uses can also help specialists combat trafficking, such as by assisting investigations, supporting prosecutions, raising awareness, providing services to victims, and shedding new light on trafficking networks. Taking this into account, future success in eradicating human trafficking in its many forms will depend on how countries and societies are prepared for and equipped to harness technology in their responses. So we've learned on a broad scope what human trafficking is and what's being done about it. My hope is for more people to become aware of this growing danger and do whatever they can to stop it. You can join groups and volunteer, learn the signs and recognize potential victims in your community, write your representatives about legislation to protect children in the United States, and be a conscious consumer and choose products made without slave or child labor. All of the world's struggling and helpless sons and daughters are the reason why we together have to keep fighting this crime. Together we can turn these vulnerabilities into second chances and these tragic beginnings into bright futures. Thank you.
All right. Hey. All right. And bye.